boys and girls, we're going to listen to The Wind and the Sun.
Benchmark Education Company presents Shared Reading Classics. Follow along as we read the book. Turn the page when you hear this sound. What lesson will sun teach wind?
The Wind and the Sun. Retold by Brenda Parks. Illustrated by Joanna Chernichowska. One day, the wind and the sun were arguing about who was the strongest. "Look at me," boasted the wind. "I can blow clouds across the sky. I can toss cars and houses high. I can blow windmills round and round. I can blow trees out of the ground."
That's nothing,
replied the sun.
My heat is the strongest by far. My heat can melt ice. My heat can melt tar. My heat can dry rivers. My heat can dry land. Watch me melt the ice cream in these children's hands.
Back and forth argued wind and sun. Then they noticed a traveler walking down the road. "I have an idea," said Wind. "Whichever of us can make the traveler take off his cloak shall be recognized as the strongest. I will go first." Sun agreed and hid behind a cloud to watch. Wind began to blow little gusts. The traveler wrapped his cloak tightly across himself. Harder and harder the wind blew. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The traveler wrapped his cloak more tightly across himself. The wind blew harder still. The harder the wind blew, the more tightly the traveler wrapped his cloak around himself. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Finally, the wind gave up in despair. The sun came out from behind the cloud. First, it began to shine lightly on the traveler. The traveler turned his face to the sun. Then he smiled as he enjoyed the warmth. The sun shone more strongly. The traveler mopped his brow. Stronger and stronger and stronger the sun shone. The traveler opened his cloak. Still, the sun shone stronger and stronger. The traveler grew hotter and hotter and hotter. After a few more steps, the traveler loosened his cloak. Then he tore off his cloak and dropped it on the road. "You win," said Wind. "I am sorry I was so boastful."
Remember, Wind,
said Sun.
Strength can be used in different ways on different days.
"I understand now, Sun," said Wind. "The better course is to use persuasion, not force.
What happened in the story?
The wind and the sun.